welcome back to Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie, and we're talking mistletoe, sugar plums, Yule logs, and all those things featured in Holiday Reads. We're sitting in front of the Holiday Reads display at the Kimberly Library, so turn it over to Jill for her first pick.
So my first pick is from Christina Lauren, in Holidays. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Malin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, a snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent every holiday since she was born, along with 2 other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech and metal collides, everything goes black. But when May gasps awake, she's on an airplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday over and over again. With one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane, May must figure out how to break free from this strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. Jam-packed with Yuletide cheer and an unforgettable cast of characters, Christina Loren's trademark hijinks, this swoon-worthy romantic read will leave you believing the power of wishes and the magic of the holidays. So it's kind of like Groundhog's Day. She keeps waking up on the same day. So
I read that last Christmas. That was cute.
A fun story.
Mm-hmm. My first pick comes from a popular author at the Kimberly Library. This is Richard Paul Evans. This is back from 2014, and it's The Mistletoe Promise. It's a love story for Christmas from the #1 best-selling author of The Christmas Box and The Walk. Elise Dutton dreads the arrival of another holiday season. 3 years earlier, her husband cheated on her with her best friend, resulting in a bitter divorce that left her alone, broken, and distrustful. Then one November day, a stranger approaches Elise in the mall food court. Though she recognizes the man from her building, Elise has never formally met him. Tired of spending the holidays alone, the man offers her a proposition. For the next 8 weeks, until the evening of December 24th, he suggests that they pretend to be a couple. He draws up a contract with 4 rules. No deep probing personal questions, no drama, no telling anyone the truth about the relationship, and the contract is void on Christmas Day. The lonely Elise surprises herself by agreeing to this idea. As the charade progresses, the safety of her fake relationship begins to mend her badly broken heart. But just as she begins to find joy again, her long-held secret threatens to unravel her new emerging relationship. But she might not be the only one with secrets. It's the first book in the Mistletoe series, and it's followed by The Mistletoe Inn, and then the third book is The Mistletoe Secret. So Richard Paul Evans, he's a popular author at our library, so check out his Mistletoe series for the holidays.
This one is a new book this year. It's called One Last Gift by Emily Stone. Sometimes the best gifts in life are the ones you didn't expect. Cassie and Tom lost their parents at a young age and relied on each other, as well as a community of friends, to get through it, especially Tom's best friend Sam, who always made sure Tom and Cassie were surrounded with love. And now, 20 years later, Cassie has lost Tom as well. And in a way, she's also lost Sam. Over the years, they've drifted apart, and now the man she always had a crush on is someone she doesn't even recognize anymore. She's never felt more alone. Then she finds an envelope with her name on it, written in Tom's terrible handwriting, and she knows immediately what it is. It's his first clue in the Christmas scavenger hunt Tom made for her every year. He'd promised her for months that this year's would be the grandest one yet. At first, she's too scared to open it. What if she can't figure out the clues without his help? Or what if she does figure them out and her last connection to Tom is gone?
Aww.
Tom's clues set Cassie on a heart-wrenching and beautiful journey that will change her life, if she lets them. And as she travels from London to the Welsh mountains to the French countryside, she reconnects with old friends, rekindles lost love, and most importantly, rediscovers herself. But once she's solved the final clue, will she be brave enough to accept the gift her brother has given her to? So this is fun because it's a Christmas story with brother and sister, which is a little bit different, you know?
Yeah. My second pick is from Anne Perry, and this is A Christmas Legacy. This was published back in 2021. Thomas and Charlotte Pitt's former maid takes a new job as Christmas approaches, but not everyone in the household may survive the holidays in this tension-filled novel from best-selling author Anne Perry. The Wall Street Journal described this as a Victorian-era holiday mystery and an annual treat. After leaving her position with Charlotte and Thomas Pitt to get married, Gracie thought her days as a maid were behind her. But when her good friend's daughter Millie turns up on her doorstep just before the holidays, frantic because things are going missing from the kitchen in the household she serves, Gracie knows she has to find out what is happening. Millie, whose mother died years before, can't risk being accused of theft and getting thrown out on the street with no character reference for a new position. So Gracie takes on Millie's job herself, claiming Millie is sick and needs a few days to recuperate. At first, it seems that all is normal in this household, even if the couple's elderly granny keeps entirely to her bedroom upstairs. But Gracie begins to realize that Granny is suffering from neglect, and rather than helping her, the husband and wife have decided she isn't dying fast enough. So it's kind of a little bit of a dark holiday tale, but check out Anne Perry's A Christmas Legacy if you want a different kind of holiday read.
That is a little different. Okay, this next one is from Amy Richard. She is a local author. She lives in Wisconsin, I believe, and we've had her at the book festival a couple years ago. This is Once Upon a December. With a name like Astra Noel Snow, holiday spirit isn't just a seasonal specialty, it's a way of life. But after a stinging divorce, Astra's yearly trip to the Milwaukee Christmas market takes on a whole new meaning. She's ready to eat, drink, and be merry, especially with the handsome stranger who saves the best kringle for her at his family bakery. For Jack Clausen, the jewel-marked with its snowy lights and charming shop stays the same, while the world outside the joyful street changes, magically leaping from one December to the next every 4 weeks. He's never minded living in this charmed existence until Astra shows up him the life he's been missing outside the festive brick alley. After a swoon-worthy series of dates, some Yuletide magic, and an unexpected glow of new love, Astra and Jack must decide whether this relationship can weather all seasons, or if what they're feeling is as ephemeral as marshmallows in a mug of hot cocoa. So this was just published in October of this year, so it's brand new.
To
by
check
Amy
that out.
Richard.
I've read a couple of hers, The Simplicity of Cider, and
Yeah,
she's the Kindred Spirits Supper
She's
Club,
got
right?
food.
Yeah.
And there's food in there too. Kringles.
Third pick also is a popular author at our library. It's Debbie McComer's 12 Days of Christmas. This one was published back in 2016. Friendly and bubbly Julia Patton likes nearly everyone, but her standoffish neighbor, Kane Maddox, presents a particular challenge to her. No matter how hard she's tried to be nice, Kane rudely rebuffs her at every turn, preferring to keep to himself. But when Julia catches Kane stealing her newspaper from the lobby of their apartment building, that's the last straw. She's going to break through Kane's Scrooge-like exterior the only way she knows how, by killing him with kindness. To track her progress, Julia starts a blog called The 12 Days of Christmas. Her first attempts to humanize Kane are far from successful. She brings him homemade Christmas treats, and the disagreeable Grinch won't even accept them. Meanwhile, Julia's blog becomes an online sensation as an astonishing number of people start following her adventures. She continues to find ways to express kindness, and little by little chips away at Kane's gruff facade to reveal the caring man underneath. So if this sounds like a fun tale to you, check out Debbie McComer's 12 Days of Christmas. I thought that story was a cute premise.
Debbie McComer, she's so reliable. So this is Christmas by Tracy Andreen. When Finley Brown returned to her hometown of Christmas, Oklahoma, from boarding school, she expected to find it as she left it. Christmas hasn't changed much in her 16 years, but instead she returns to find her best friend is dating her ex-boyfriend, her parents have separated, and her arch nemesis got a job working at her grandmother's inn. And she certainly didn't expect to find the boy she may or may not have tricked into believing that Christmas was an idyllic holiday paradise on her grandmother's doorstep. It's up to Finley to make sure she gets the Christmas he was promised. This is Finley's Christmas. It's about home and family and friends and finding her place. And along the way, she also finds the best Christmas present of all, love.
Aww.
So, this was published in 2021, and there's several books called So This Is Christmas, so you have to look for the author.
My fourth pick is part of a series which actually has 20 primary works, and this is book 19 in the Fool's Gold series by Susan Mallory, and this is Marry Me at Christmas. So wish upon a Christmas star with the New York Times best-selling author's sparkling Fool's Gold romance. To bridal boutique owner Madeline Krug, organizing a Christmas wedding sounds like a joy, until she finds out she'll be working closely with the gorgeous brother of the bride. Movie star Johnny Blaze. How will a small-town girl like her keep from falling for the world's sexiest guy, especially with mistletoe lurking around every corner? Johnny came to Fool's Gold looking for normal, not for love. Happily ever after only happens in the movies. Still, nothing about this quirky little town is quite what he expected, and ordinary Madeline is the most extraordinary woman he's ever met. She's refreshingly honest, disarmingly sweet, and she's achingly beautiful. Planning the perfect wedding leads to candlelit dinners and strolls through snow-covered streets, and Madeline finds Johnny in real life even more captivating than her celebrity crush. But will the action star be brave enough to risk his heart and step into the role of a lifetime? You'll have to read this work and see what happens in Marry Me at Christmas, a Fool's Gold romance.
So this next author has other Christmas stories, as well as some beach reads. Nancy Thayer, Let It Snow. Christina Antonina is preparing for the holidays at Nantucket Toy Shop. Because what's more Christmas than Nantucket? Unpacking last-minute shipments and decorating for her loyal Christmas shoppers. But when her Scrooge of a landlord, Oscar Biddleson, raises her rent, it seems nearly impossible for Christina to continue business on the wharf. Even so, Christina hopes there is a warm heart underneath Oscar's steely exterior. When she bonds with Wink, his sweet young granddaughter, who frequents the shop, it becomes clear that perhaps he isn't so cold after all. And with the help of Wink's uncle, who happens to be a charming and very handsome bachelor, this may be the best Christmas of any of them could ever imagine. Nancy Thayer's enchanted Nantucket setup provides the perfect backdrop for a holiday love story. So.
And my last pick is actually 3 bite-sized tales. If you want something shorter and maybe don't want to pick up an entire book, this is Yule Log Murder by Leslie Meyer, Lee Hollis, and Barbara Ross. So they each have a story in here relating to a Yule log. So the first one, Yule Log Murder by Leslie Meyer. Lucy Stone is thrilled to be cast as an extra in a festive period film until the set becomes a murder scene decorated in blood and buttercream frosting. Returning to her role as sleuth, Lucy dashes to restore peace to Tinker's Cove, unwrap a cold-hearted criminal's M.O., and reveal how one ornate Yule log could possibly cause so much drama. The second story, Death by Yule Log by Lee Hollis. Haley Powell's holidays aren't off to a very merry start. Not only has her daughter brought Connor an infuriatingly perfect new bow home to Bar Harbor, but a local troublemaker has been found dead with traces of her signature Yule log cake on his body. There we are with the Yule log again. As Connor becomes a prime murder suspect, Haley must put aside her mixed feelings to identify the real killjoy. And then the third story in here is Logged On by Barbara Ross. Realizing she can't make a decent Yule log to save her life, Julia Snowden enlists the help of her eccentric neighbor, Mrs. St. Ange, in hopes of mastering the dessert for Christmas. With everyone in the old woman's circle missing or deceased, however, it's up to Julia to stop the deadly tidings before she's the next Busman's Harbor's resident to meet a not-so-jolly fate. So if you want some murder mysteries involving Yule logs,
The cover of
check
that is
out
amazing,
this one.
too.
Yeah, that's what drew me on this one. So check out the 3 stories in the Yule log murder.
Well, we hope we helped you find something to read during the Christmas season. Hope you get in the spirit or...
Yeah, we've always got new books coming in. We just got an Amish Christmas star in this season, and that's always popular. The Amish ones, this is Shelley Shepard Gray, Charlotte Hubbard, and Rosalind Lauer. So check that out. We hope you can find something to read for the holidays. I know it's a busy time of year for everyone. Come in and check out. Our display has the tree behind us, and we've pulled some holiday books. You can always find the new ones on the new shelf. So like, comment, share. We love to hear from you. Find us on the Kimberly website, Kimberly Facebook page, and happy holidays from me and Jill, and until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.